y'all doing? I'm doing well. I'm a week out of surgery, but a bitch look good. A bitch look hot. And I'm feeling sexy, and I wanted to tell y'all why I'm feeling so good and why I don't look like what I've been going through, y'all. I have 5 tips for you that hopefully one of these tips could help just in case you are going through some troubles, just so you don't have to look like what you're going through. So I had to do a little hair check because, you know, I'm not bald no more. So I had to make sure I don't have no lint going on, but I think I'm good. So the keys to not looking like what you're going through. Number 1, face the truth. Deal with your emotions in the way that you have to. Even if that means that you have to ugly cry. Even if that means you have to do the slower shy down the wall and cry and scream and do what you got to do. Deal with the emotions of what your situation is. So for me, the situation that I most recently dealt with is my breast reconstruction going wrong. I am a breast cancer survivor. I had false breast implants and I had complications and had to get my left implant taken out. So I was flat on the left side for a few months and it sucked, y'all. It sucked. It was super disappointing. I was crying, but I was able to move through it, and this is how I did it. Second thing I did was I focused on what I could control. So I couldn't control that I didn't have a left titty. I couldn't control that. But what I could control is that I could go on Amazon and purchase a temporary silicone one to put inside my bra so that I could feel even when I was going outside. I could control my skincare. I could control how well I ate, the community that I was part of and how much I engaged in community to make myself feel better. Community being family, community being spiritual community, friendships, etc. I could control taking care of the hair that is grown back on my head after I went through chemotherapy. I could control how much water I could drink. And once you list out all those things that you can control, that one thing that you can't control gets smaller and smaller and smaller. And that's what I found in my life, even as I was going through chemotherapy. There was a lot of stuff in my body I could not control, but I could control how well I dressed. So it didn't matter where I was going, doctor's appointments, whatever, I made sure my clothes were pressed. I don't iron, but my clothes are steamed. I could make sure the eyebrows were on fleek. I could make sure that I had my lashes on and a smile on my face, and just focusing on those things that I could control made me feel so much better and made me feel like I was not a victim of my circumstances when I very well could have, and honestly I had a right to based on what was going on with me, but I didn't look like what I was going through. And once you focus on those things that you could control, you could also let God take care of the rest. For me, I am a praying somebody. I pray all day, all the time. I'm not necessarily a religious person. I'm not on this video trying to convert you to any sort of church or religion, because I feel like everyone's relationship with God, the creator, the universe, is unique. But when you allow whatever that power is that you believe in to take care of that situation, it leaves so much room for you to not have to worry anymore and for you to just be able to rest. Now, speaking of rest, another thing that you need to do in order to not look like what you're going through is get you some rest. Go to sleep, ho. In the words of Luda, shout out to Ludacris. Get you some sleep, because the one giveaway for someone going through things is when they look unrested, when you have dark circles under your eyes, bags under your eyes. And lack of rest doesn't just affect you aesthetically, it affects your mood, it affects the crankiness that you have, it affects your ability to think clearly and respond to people in an appropriate manner. It affects so much that goes on in our bodies, it creates illness in our bodies. So anytime you can find time to rest, even if it's some pockets of rest on your lunch break, going in your car, putting that seat back and getting you a power nap, do that. If you have a moment to just lay down, do that instead of being on your phone scrolling on social media. Go to sleep and just see what that does for you, because I'm telling you, as somebody who is a reformed night owl, and I be a night owl still sometimes, but I notice the more I rest, the better I look, the better I feel, and the more my problems don't seem as big as they actually are. Now, the fourth thing, as your situation improves, you can improve too. A lot of people talk about leveling up and how I leveled up and such, and leveling up is not an overnight process, y'all. It is something that happens incrementally, little by little. So as your situation improves, think of the things that you can improve on too. For example, with me, with my breast reconstruction, I just went to my plastic surgeon today, right? And they took off the bandages because I had surgery last week to get that temporary implant put back in. And with those bandages off, even though the breasts ain't the same size, hold on real quick, I'll show you. See, the left breast is the one that is smaller. The right breast is the one I did not have issues with, right? Even though they're not the same size, that's a step up, y'all. And the titties is titty in it, and I'm gonna recognize that they look better. And I'm gonna level up by wearing things that show that I'm prouder of my body, even though it is not exactly where I want it to be. It is not where I was pre-cancer. It is a step better. And I'm gonna celebrate that small success. I'm gonna celebrate it with my community. I'm gonna celebrate it with the clothes I wear. I'm gonna celebrate it in the shower. I'm gonna celebrate it as I lotion up my body and just treat it well, because every blessing, no matter how small, is still a blessing. And that is how you level up, y'all. Recognizing the blessings, no matter how small they are. Level up little by little, y'all. And as you level up, make sure that you celebrate those successes with the people who have been part of your journey. The people who you've been relying on for support, let them know the updates so that they can celebrate with you. Because the more the merrier, and you deserve it. You deserve it. And when you feel celebrated, it's harder to be depressed. It's harder to be down in the dumps. I celebrated with my wellness community that I'm part of, and everybody's, sending me all these positive messages about how well I look, and it just makes me feel so good. Not that I needed people to tell me I look well, but the people who have been praying for me, the people who prayed for my surgery to go well last week, deserve to have an update that I'm doing well. You know what I'm saying? So just allow people to celebrate you, and you won't be as down in the dumps. And the last thing, y'all, is pay it forward. Once your situation improves, I think it's our responsibility to share those blessings with as many people as we can, especially people who are going through the same situation as you. A lot of times, we struggle and situations improve and we just keep it to ourselves, maybe because of embarrassment or wanting to be private or be a private person. But you have no idea who you can impact with your story. You have no idea who you can encourage with just by telling them what it is that you have gone through and how you have overcome it. And that is my mentality. Every time I make a video here on YouTube, on TikTok, Instagram, wherever, my thought is, even if one person gets something out of this, I've done my job. I've done my job by sharing what God has done for me. And we don't go through things just for ourselves, y'all. We go through things communally so that we can show each other what is possible. That is the true way to not look like what you're going through, because if you have a story to tell, that is proof that where you were is not where you are right now. It's crazy. I look at pictures of myself before my cancer diagnosis, and looking at those photos, I could tell now in hindsight that I was ill. I just didn't realize how ill I was. And it's funny that even though I was going through chemo last year, I looked way better than I did pre-finding out that cancer diagnosis. And it's because I purposely made decisions to not look like what I was going through, to be as well as I could possibly be, to focus on the things I could control, to eat well, to drink well, to just take care of my body in as many ways as I can, to take care of my spirit in as many ways as I can, to read books that make me feel well, to listen to music that makes me feel well, to love on my family, to love on my husband and my child and my parents and my brothers and sisters, like, there's so much that we can do to help ourselves, and those resources are available to us even when we feel the most alone. So I'm here to tell you, you are not alone. Whatever it is that you're going through, trust there is someone else who has gone through that or even worse, and you will get through it. No storm lasts forever, y'all. No tsunami lasts forever. Even if you were going through a hurricane in your life, trust y'all, them things don't last forever. No situation is permanent. And my prayer for you, if you are going through it, is just to hang on, to keep going, to keep striving, and to keep noticing those small blessings every day so that eventually you have that story of victory to tell. All right? So that is the message I have for y'all today. If anything in this video helped you, please hit that like button. Please subscribe, y'all. I am this close to being able to be monetized on this YouTube. Not that I'm doing this for money, y'all, but like, it would be nice. It would be nice. So if you are not a subscriber, but you've been watching my stuff, hit that button, y'all. It's free. It's free 99, and I come on here as often as I can, health willing, and I just enjoy the community that is built amongst the comments, and I just want to build even more of it, y'all. So I pray that you are blessed. I pray that you have a beautiful day and that you enjoyed this video. So until next time, take care, y'all. Peace.